What you're looking at is an eyeball tattooed on an eyeball. It's never been done before until today.
I feel great. Everything went according to plans, and I feel great about it. I'm looking forward to the patch coming off tomorrow.
William Chris Watson got hit in the eye with the point of a football almost 20 years ago. He lost his vision, and over time, his eye has changed color, something that's made Chris feel relatively insecure. So he's been hoping for a change, and that change has finally arrived. A team of talented individuals at Park Avenue LASEK in New York City have tattooed a color-matched iris and pupil to Chris's eyeball. Now, Dr. Chynn, a certified corneal tattoo artist and eye specialist, took the gun and made this happen today. So this is amazing, Dr. Chynn, and I understand you're just stepping out of surgery now. How did it go?
It went great. So last week we did the pre-procedure where we took off the scar with the solution, a dissection, and I also did a laser PTK. And today was the tattoo to color match his iris with his other eye, and it went super.
So tell me a bit about that preparation. What do you have to do to the eyeball before you can put the tattoo on?
For this patient, William, it was a really bad scar, really thick, so I had to take off the calcium manually. Then I had to dissolve the calcium, and I actually had to do the laser to smooth out the surface so the ink would take. So that was about a 1-hour procedure that we did a week ago.
And what about pain? I mean, are there nerve sensors on the surface of an eyeball?
Yeah, the cornea is the most sensitive part of your body. It's got the most pain receptors of any part of your body. So we blocked him. We injected him with an anesthetic behind his eyeball, and then we also used topical numbing medication. So he didn't feel anything.
And in terms of the tattoo itself, I mean, obviously the eyeball is very different from the skin on somebody's shoulder or back or something like that. So what's different about this tattoo compared to a tattoo you would get on your skin?
Well, I'm actually tattooing his corneal stroma, which is equivalent to the dermis of a person, except it's very thin. So his entire cornea of a normal person is 500 microns thick. That's a 0.5 millimeter on the ruler. And he was thin and scarred. He was about 300. So I wanted to make sure I didn't go all the way through and perforate his eye, because then the fluid would leak out and that would be a problem. We went very superficial just to be safe.
Yeah, I can see why that would be a giant problem. Now, what about color matching? How does that all work?
I had a tattoo artist, and he came in with different inks, and we came in with a black and a brown. We just mixed the brown with the black, and then I did a little bit of a tattoo. Then we checked the other eye, and I kept on doing that until I got a color match. Once I got the color match, I just did the entire iris. The final result really looks very good.
You make it sound like painting by number. I mean, this is a complicated procedure. What's the hardest part for you?
I would say the hardest part is making sure that you don't get carried away with the process and don't check the other eye frequently. So we have to make sure that if anything were light, we could always make it darker. Once you go too dark, you can't go backwards. So that was probably the trickiest part.
And what about the fact that, I mean, could he not have just used contact lenses? Or was that not an option for him?
He did try contacts, and also there's a thicker contact that you can do in these cases called a scleral shell. It's a thick plastic thing. The only thing is, if you're blind in one eye, people don't really want to put the thing in and out every day of their lives just for cosmesis. I would say, in my experience, I've done laser on like 20,000 people. I would say the women do this more because they're more concerned. The guys, they kind of don't care after a while, and then it's a situation where the wife's like, honey, can you please put your eye in? We're going out to a party.
Okay, well, so obviously William Chris's life is about to change. What's next for you?
Well, on the horizon, we're going to also try to do the first laser vision correction for a dog. I'm a big dog lover, and my dog has actually raised about $2,000 for the ASPCA. We want to find a nearsighted dog and laser him and treat him therapeutically. The next thing I want to do is I'm also going to be the first person to laser myself. I had LASIK myself, and I have some night glare and halos. The newer procedure, LASEK, can fix that, and it's also safer because it doesn't involve cutting.
Wow, well, we'll be watching when you do that. Thanks so much for talking to us today, Dr. Chynn.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
So that was the surgeon Dan talked to, but we also had a chance to chat with a tattoo artist. So if you want to see where science and art intersect, check out our Twitter page @DailyPlanetShow, or take a look and visit the Discovery Canada YouTube channel for an exclusive video feature.